What the heck is this thing? Stick around and let's find out. Welcome to the House of Ham. I'm Bob WV7W. And I've gotten to be friends with Hans DL9 SEO in Germany. I bought a couple of his Palm Pico paddles and he sent me the portable straight key that I did a video on. You can see a link in the description if you want to watch that video. But Hans sent me this thing called the tone tube. Now it has kind of a familiar form factor, doesn't it? In fact, I think it might be the exact same frame as the portable key. So what does this thing do? The tone tube is a practice oscillator that is nice and small and pairs perfectly with the Palm portable key. You can slip both of these things in your pocket and practice pretty much anywhere. Whether you're just learning CW or you want to brush up on your straight key sending skills, you're going to need a practice oscillator. In this episode, I'm going to show you the tone tube and a couple of other options that are out there to get you going. Now let's take a closer look at the tone tube. It is a very simple device, but it has some nice features you may not see on other practice oscillators. Now, on the end are two 1/8" jacks. One is for a key and the other is for headphones. Now you don't need to use the headphones as it has a little speaker built into it, which you can see looking through the other end. The speaker isn't going to win any audiophile awards, but it gets the job done for practice. Now looking at the top, there is a volume wheel and this little button allows you to change the tone to 6 different frequencies. Now, it's kind of a genius way to do it. Now the last thing on the top is an LED that lights when you're keyed down. Now you will not find an on-off switch as it doesn't need one. You just plug in your key and start sending. The tone tube is powered by a CR2032 battery that can easily be replaced. And I'm betting you will get a lot of time out of one of these batteries before you would need to replace it. And when you do, they're readily available for a reasonable price. These are the same batteries that you might find in your car key fob. Now, the tone tube comes in the same box just like the other Palm radio keys. Something to be aware of is the tone tube is just a practice oscillator and not an electronic keyer. So it's only good for mechanical keys like straight keys, bugs, and cooties. If you need a keyer, I bought this little guy right here, which is an MXK2 keyer. And I plan on doing a full video on this guy soon, but this is an electronic keyer that you use with a paddle. And you can use it as a practice keyer, but it will also key your radio. Now it has a little speaker in it, but it has no volume or tone controls, and the tone pitch is much higher than I like. But it does a decent job, and it only costs about $30. And if you want one, I put a link in the description. Now finally, there's the Morse-Reno. And I did a video on the Morse-Reno a while back, and there's a link in the description if you want to check that video out. Now the Morse-Reno is a full-on practice device, but you can use it to practice sending for both straight keys as well as paddles. And it has a little display on it, and it has a decoder so you can see how good or bad your sending is. I must say it's rather picky, so if you can get it to copy you well, you should have no problem with the ham at the other end copying you. Now, back to the tone tube. Who is this thing for? I think the tone tube is perfect for those that want to practice on the go. If you spend most of the time in your ham shack, you probably already have a great practice oscillator, and that is your radio. Simply turn off break-in and you can practice to your heart's content. The tone tube is another quality product by Hans, and if you'd like to get a hold of one of these for yourself, you can reach out to him by going to his QRZ page or by going to QRZ and searching for DL9 SEO. I've also included a link to his page in the description. Now, at the time Hans sent this to me, he hadn't finalized on the price yet, so you'll need to reach out to him if you want one of these things. I think it's a pretty clever little device that you can throw in your bag or pocket if you want to do a little quick sending. Until next time, this is WV7W73.